hard-hitting diva.
We want y'all to tune into the premiere of the RedLip Talk podcast.
Every Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time, we're going to have new topics, new guests, new businesses.
Tune in to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. RedLip Talk podcast. Mwah!
Y'all, welcome back to RedLip Talk Podcast. We are live at Louisiana State's LSBBA. We have this amazing, beautiful lady right here. She's the all in all of LSBBA. I mean, I know they say teamwork makes the dream work, but you will see her running all over to make this 76th convention the best one ever. We have in our midst none other than Dr. Teresa Armstead here on RedLip Talk, and we got her live. We were supposed to do a Zoom, but now we got her live.
I was getting ready to say Miss Teddy Bear.
Yeah. Miss Teddy Bear. We got Miss Teddy Bear live on RedLip Talk Podcast. But tell us how you feeling about the convention, what's going on with it, how you're feeling. I know you've been running around everywhere, but we're so happy to have you on RedLip Talk Podcast. Can you just tell us how you feeling about the overall? We about to wrap up, I know, but tell us how you feeling.
I'm excited about the convention. I think we all are. I mean, we get a lot of feedback, a lot of positive feedback. People want to join the organization and just keep it growing. So we could do another 76 years and more.
Yes. I'm just so proud of where I've seen since you've been president. You know, I came in when you wasn't president, and I could see the progress of how everything is going. I love the way you're so hands-on. And thank you for my award last night. Y'all, she shocked me and gave me an outstanding award at her banquet. Now, we're supposed to be honoring her, but she goes and honor other people and tell them how grateful that she is. I just wanted to, you know, tell people how they can become a part of Louisiana State Beauticians and Barbers Association.
Well, I have to interject for a little bit because she is very hands-on herself.
Aww.
I mean, it's like, I tell people a lot of times, we started out where when I came along, we were the babies.
Yes.
And we had all our pioneers who were older. And we were scared of them. We'd be like, ah!
Yeah,
but now
yeah.
we're dealing with a different generation. But she fit in. You know, you have these people, I guess they're used to being around their grandparents and just being humble.
Yeah.
And she's that type of person where she came in and she blended in with us. And that helped us to grow because iron sharpens iron. I say that all the time.
Yes,
and we
Dr.
need people
Olmstead.
like that with an open mind and can see the goodness in LSBBA even through our flaws.
Yes.
But to become a part of LSBBA, first of all, you want to join a local, which is in your area. Mm-hmm. If you're from Shreveport, it's going to be somebody there. You're from Monroe, it's going to be somebody there. Alexandria, Lafayette, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, whichever little city you may be in. If you're not sure, you call me, the president.
That's
337-321-2049.
And she will answer her phone.
And
Y'all, she will talk to
my
you.
other job, send me a text, please.
Yes.
Because all the time I don't hear all those messages. When I go to my phone and say, you have 30 voicemails.
Yes, yes.
So send me a text. I'm a visual person, and I'll be happy to return your call or your text and direct you in the right path.
Yeah, I wanted to say one more thing, you know, before you go, talk about the exclusiveness that we got last night at your banquet, that Nationals is coming down here in 2025. I want to know, are you ready for what National is going to do? Then, in the same token, we had Councilwoman D. Dunn say the Marriott, they're putting a new Marriott in Kenner, and she would love for us to bring our national convention here in New Orleans. How you feeling about that? And they named you VP of National.
I'm elated about all that.
Oh
but
my
that's
God. That's not rumors, that's happening. You manifest.
They be speaking into existence.
Yes.
At the same time, I don't want any phone calls coming from National and saying, hey, but it's wishful thinking.
Yes.
People are really hoping that could happen, which will be
Okay.
a blessing.
Okay.
And if it happens, we're going to be on top of it.
I got you.
They would like Nationals in Louisiana because we have one of the largest states in the National, as well as it's going to be election time. And a lot of people are cheering for me to be the second vice president of the Nationals.
Yeah, because you're that good.
Wherever God wants me is where I'll be.
Yes. I thank you so much for your time. I thank you for everything that you've done and being a great mentor to so many people. Y'all can see it. We had a hard time pulling her because everybody come to her. They like, Dr. Teresa, what you doing? You know?
I'm not answering my phone tomorrow when I get home.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But you do an amazing job. You do a great job. We love you so much. And thank you for taking the time to be on Red Lip Talk
I love
Podcast.
all of you guys, and I appreciate y'all being here and us being here in Kenner, Louisiana. Everybody's excited, and I love your support people right here.
Yeah, Red Lip Talk. Where we got Tarek, we got Mike, we got my girl Sona Charms, who's been rolling. And I'm just honored. We honored to be here, and thank you so much.
I'm just missing my shiny lipstick.
Oh, I don't have on the red right now.
She's so raw. I'm
gonna have to go bring. Oh, and actually, that's our thing when we do Red Lip Talk Podcast, and we do this. So, yeah, see, we got the president
I am
to do that.
affectionate. I'm a hugger.
Yes.
So
all right. All right. Thank you so much. All right. Come on. We want
Lip Talk
Podcast.
Red Lip Talk.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you.
Spice Divas. Sonas Charm. Red Lip Talk. Red Lip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
Red Lip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
Red Lip Talk.
Welcome back to the Red Lip Talk
What's
Podcast.
going on, y'all? Good to see you again.
Yes, we're back at our 21 episode of Red Lip Talk Podcast.
That's right.
And we welcome you back. So what's been going on, Sona?
What's been going on? We had a little break last week because, it was Essence. We had to, get out in the streets a little bit.
Yes. Speaking of Essence, this year was really fun. I enjoyed it. I had a good time. I wound up getting blessed with 2 tickets from Keyshawn, who was working on the actual Essence, I think for Disney or something like that. So I was excited about that. Me and my daughter Bree, we got to go and we saw Megan Thee Stallion.
Ooh wee.
We saw Lil Wayne was a guest appearance there, and I never really seen Lil Wayne in person, but I was like, I enjoyed him. He was one of the best performers over all the people, actually. So I had a good time.
His legend holds strong. He the man.
They could have really had him close it out. They really could have, because everybody came when he came, but when the other people came, like
nobody
Megan,
was really in there.
People were leaving.
Oh wow.
So Tim's, all that, but when he came up, the whole crowd came.
Yeah, that was a big thing I saw over like social media and stuff, like not having any local artists, like actually saying, okay, they're going to be headlining or whatever on the show. So I feel like last minute they kind of popped some little local people in there, to show support to the city. But I mean, it just go to show you, nobody going to do for you how you do for you.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
New Orleans, we getting a little cloud, we growing, what they call us mini LA. Maybe we need to start our own festival that support our own artists, local artists, upcoming artists, that would be cool.
They had a lot of New Orleans artists there. I think they kind of did it like a surprise. So that's what, at the end of it, I don't know if it was the vice president or I think the president and the vice president. The vice president is really from New Orleans. So he was like, make sure y'all go out and tell everybody that we had a good time. We had surprise guests. So I think they did that on purpose, like have the surprise guests.
You think so?
I think
it seemed like a cover up to me, but I don't know. We gonna agree to disagree.
But that's why he came out. He came out with like, okay, it's a surprise. Y'all go back, tell everybody, come.
Yeah.
But Essence, it was kind of different a little bit to me from like.
Years
the last
ago.
time I've been was maybe about 5 or 6 years ago or something like that. But it was a little different. But it was fun. We had a good time.
Yeah, it looked like y'all did have a good time.
Yeah, what you did for Essence? Did you do anything?
I did. I didn't go to any concerts or anything, and I was working, so I didn't really get to go to like the convention center and stuff. But I did go to the Jack Daniels Art, Poetry, Beats, and Lyrics event, and that's me with the picture with the lady with the gun.
All right.
So they have like an art exhibit and featuring various artists, and then there's a DJ there, and he was really good. He played all the local Louisiana music. Everything. It was live. So they have the food and vendors and stuff there, and then they give you the free drinks. So it was a win-win. It was a win-win for me, So it was really cool.
It was fun for us too. Bree really needed it. She had a stressful night the night before. So Keyshawn called us about 6:00. The Essence started at 6, and Key was like, "I'm not going to get the tickets. You go ahead and get the tickets." But a funny story is, she was like, "It's floor seats, Cree. It's floor seats." So Bree was all excited.
Yeah, let's go.
We thought it was because Keyshawn worked with Derek J.
Okay,
that's who she was working with. The celebrity stylist from Atlanta. That's who got Key on. But we get to the floor part. The lady said, "This is not floor seats. Y'all section is up." So we had to come. We walked up. We walked down. We walked up.
And I've been to Essence walking up and down those stairs. That's no joke.
We had on tennis.
Yeah.
But the funny story was, I said, "Bree, you can't be free. You can't be free. That's the only way we was going. So you can't get." And Key was like, "Oh, I know they didn't when we did get into the salon. I know they didn't tell me it was a floor seat and it wasn't." I said, "But we still had a good time."
Y'all had a good time. So it didn't go to waste, and y'all enjoyed the night, and that's what it's all about.
And sometimes floor seats are not too good because you don't see everybody.
Yeah, I don't like going to concerts sitting on the floor. If I can't sit like high, like maybe mid section, but the floor seats, because there are people passing, they moving around all night long. It's just too much going on.
It's too much going on. All right, so we was in a good spot because we was in 200. Right above, we had a good thing going on.
Awesome.
Yes.
So let's get into some trending topics, shall we?
Go ahead.
So what do you think about the Keke Palmer situation? So I guess Keke was here down for Essence, was it? And then she had on an outfit that had her butt.
Oh, no, it was an Usher concert.
Yeah, Usher concert, and her butt cheeks was exposed, or she stood up and whatever she had on, it exposed her butt cheeks, right? And so Usher, there was a picture, and he looking maybe in her direction, maybe not, but the baby daddy got on there and was like, so, and was kind of called her out like, "Well, you're a mom, you shouldn't be dressing like that."
Well, I'm on the fence with it, but this is the thing. People want to stay claim to something that they don't have papers on.
Ooh,
so
that part.
If you're not married to her, I don't care if she did have a baby. At this point, she's just a baby mama. So if you're not married to her, I don't feel like you're entitled to tell her what to wear. I mean, now I wouldn't wear my butt out like that. But sometimes I have my tatas out. You know what I mean? So if that's how the outfit fit, that's how it fit. You know what I mean? And I consider myself as a woman with dignity, a woman with respect. I believe in God and stuff. But if I won't feel sexy, I won't feel sexy.
And no one defines
that sexy. But you don't have papers on her to tell her what to wear. I've seen people on there saying about she gonna be don't listen to your girls, you're gonna be without
single
a man and you're gonna be single and all that. If she had her body covered and it was fine and she was looking good, a man still gonna complain. I have people tell me about tights. So yeah, because of my body structure. I have people complain about that, but if you don't have papers on me,
you can't tell me what to do.
You can't really tell me what to do. Put some papers on it, put a ring on it, then you can say, "Sona, don't wear this."
Yeah,
and be like,
but you're
okay,
in agreement of what's acceptable and what's not, because it's okay for her to be with him dressed like that. So it's not really what she had on. It seemed like it was more of what was happening.
Usher was she was
she was getting attention from Usher, so it's like, like you said, well, if you would have secured the bag, you know what I'm saying? If you would have secured it, then you wouldn't have nothing to be stressing about. Right. But because it ain't secure, you wondering if somebody trying to eat off your plate. You know what I'm saying? So look,
the same way as that situation with what's her name, Sierra, when she was dressed like that. Russell didn't have a problem with it.
No, because he
People
good.
was calling him a wimp, everything else, but he like that's coming home.
That's
with
coming
me.
to me.
Yeah,
Look at it.
I got a
it look
ring
good, don't it?
I got a ring on this. Secure the female. Secure the female. You secure the female, you good. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for security. Secure me. Don't call me insecure if you ain't putting nothing down.
And don't be insecure if you haven't security,
Come on,
right?
now. Secure
okay.
Me. Secure
all right.
Me.
We're looking for secure men,
That's
y'all.
right. That's right. That's right. Okay, we have another one. You have some news.
Current news, yes. Affirmative action ruling. So, Congress ruled against the affirmative action as far as, like, having a quota. A quota. A call? We got a call. We never had a call before.
Right,
you coming up here with the signals, but we never had a call before.
This is exciting.
So we trying to figure it out what's going on.
This must be one of our special guest people. This got to be one of our special guest calls. Tasha Nicole, one of her silkies or something.
Hello.
We never had a call.
Hello.
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 Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Okay, all right, we got a
It's
call.
RedLip Talk, huh?
Yeah,
Hey,
that's RedLip Talk.
I just
What's
want
going
to call
on?
in and say I'm glad. Yeah, it is RedLip Talk. So since we having a RedLip Talk conversation, I just want to let everybody know I ain't got no problem with Kiki wearing what she wearing, but you can't put Kiki next to Sierra. No, Sierra killed it. Sierra murdered it.
So
The body bag.
You said Sierra Roy best.
What she was doing. Sierra wore it 10 times better than Kiki. Kiki need to take some notes from Sierra. You heard me, and get it together. Now Sierra went full-fledged.
She did.
She went full. Sierra put it all out there.
Yeah, she
now
did.
that's the bar. If you're gonna be a celebrity and you gonna do that, Sierra set the bar. So Sierra is the baddest when it comes down to showing off them cheeks.
All right.
Got you.
But Kiki was showing her mind body off. She had to work hard for her mind body. She was showing her buns that they together.
How do you feel about the situation? I'm sorry. What is your name, sir?
My name is Mr. Relevant.
Mr. Relevant. Okay, Mr. Relevant. So, I mean, what do you feel about the issue with her dressing like that and what her baby daddy said about her being a mom? Like, do you think there is a way that women should dress if they're a mom or not?
I think all couples, whether you're, been married or if you're in a committed relationship to one another, that they should listen to one another. That's from both ends. She should listen to him and he should listen to her. But when you got people who don't want to listen to one another, then it's gonna cause some tension. So I feel like if she told him what's gonna be best for him, he should listen to her. And if he's telling her what's gonna be best for her, they should listen to one another. As they grow together as a team, because I think that's most important. Happiness is what we make out of it. So if that made her happy and it made him unhappy, then there's a divide right there. And no matter what the situation is, whether the person dressing a certain way or taking a certain type of job or hanging with a certain group of people, if you got a significant other in your life and y'all working on each other, then y'all should work on each other with listening to each other. So I'm not going to say if he was right or wrong. I'm not in the bedroom. I'm not a fly on the wall and listen to what's going on. But in the court of public opinion, the court of public opinion is wide open on this issue, and it's dividing a lot of people, putting the men against the women. I'm loving the dialogue because I think a lot of people are getting some type of education from this, you know what I'm saying? But to just have a disagreement in a relationship means that people need to work on something in a relationship. So it's obvious they have a lot to work on.
Got you. I agree with you. Thank you so much for your comment, Mr. Irrelevant.
Thank y'all, RedLip Talk. I appreciate that.
All right. So listen to each other, y'all. Listen to each other.
Yes.
So let's.
I think I had had a few announcements. I didn't want to go off before to our next segment, right quick.
Okay.
I have a hot girl special going on at Spice Divas. It's a hot girl summer bread special. I had a flyer come in. I don't know if they got it, but I'm getting a lot of traction from it. So I'm excited about that. I guess everybody don't want their hair out. They like their scalp because
It's hot.
So I decided to do a hot girl summer special, and I want y'all to take advantage of this special. I think crochet is 100, sewing's 100, and also large box braids are 150. So I want y'all to take advantage of that. You can follow me at Spice Divas Beauty Bar, Spice Divas Kree, Instagram Spice Divas Crochet. Take advantage. People taking advantage of it. I mean, I've been in there since Sunday grinding. So y'all take advantage of that. One other thing that I had too is another one, a friend of mine who sponsors and do things. You know, I wanted to shout him out. He has a summer special as well. It's a $99 family portrait. You know, and it's with Majestic Photography. He's well known in the city. I want y'all to take advantage of that too. A lot of families are not staying together. We're not taking portraits. We used to do that. We used to go to Sears. We used to go to J.C. Penney. So it's a great summer special for $99, and the details are at the bottom of it. But you can follow him as well.
Awesome.
All right.
So back to current news. Affirmative action ruling. So, you know, colleges have where they have a quota that they have to meet. So what they've decided to rule on is to take affirmative action out of the picture.
Okay.
So supposedly everyone is supposed to have equal opportunity to go to college, get into school. I mean, even on jobs and stuff like that. Pretty much, there's no more quota meeting as far as, you know, minorities coming to school or in the workplace. So, what you think?
Ooh, that's bad.
You think it's bad? Yeah.
The reason why I say it's bad is because, you know, affirmative action obviously was put into place for a reason. And the reason now, I mean, you don't have it, so that's going to leave it like wide open for people to do what they want to do.
Right.
You know, and they would have to be fair. That's not putting a barrier on fairness or a gauge on fairness. So I that was my first time seeing about it. I didn't actually, know what was going on.
That's been circling in current news. It recently happened. I agree with you. It was put into place for a reason. Now, some people feel like we've outgrown that. Like, we don't need the, I don't want to say, I guess, extra help, or we don't need the welfare to give us something. You know, we can earn it ourselves. But the problem never been with us being able or being willing to earn it. The problem has always been the opportunity. You know, even if we reach the requirements, the doors were shut in our face. I mean, not just us, all minorities. You know, you have the Asians, you have the Hispanics, you know, you have, minorities inside of majorities, where, poor, wealthy. Okay, so just you don't have that little window anymore. And I think it's sad. I think, like, when they did the Roe versus Wade turnover, it's kind of like we're constantly taking steps back in our progress.
And well, the thing is, I know they probably feel like, you do have a lot of African Americans or minorities who are powerful, who are accomplishing certain degrees and doing certain things like that. But it takes us more than 300 years. I mean, I think we were in slavery or something like that, 300 plus years. So we gonna always be, as a culture, we're gonna always be on the back burner, because it's hard to come from 300 plus years of slavery as far as mindset for the African Americans. I see other cultures come here. I was at I don't know if it's called La Mincho. It's a Spanish thing on Manhattan where it's ice cream and all that kind of stuff, and you do all kind of stuff. And Bree hooked me onto it, and I walk in there on a Sunday. I'm looking at it. They support each other.
That's right.
And that slave-like mentality that we've been had for 300 and something years, it's kind of hard for our culture to break it. So putting the affirmative action in place. I know, it's hard for not us to break it. Sometimes it's hard for other cultures to break it. I love all cultures. I'm diverse.
Right.
I love everybody.
Right.
I mean, you got good people, you got bad people, you got evil people, you got
Right.
God people, however you want to do it. You got mean people, you got nice people. So it's not about the color of the skin. It's people. But that affirmative action, taking that out of place, all that's gonna do is, like you said earlier, is set us back the 300 plus years.
All right, you guys. So moving on, I guess I don't want to say current events, but it is July Minority Mental Health Month. So if you stressing out because of affirmative action right now, go get you some help. I'm an advocate for, mental health awareness. There, many options out there for you. If therapy is not the way, sit down with your spiritual leader, go sit with a mentor, whatever you need, lifestyle coach, whatever it is that you need to get yourself together so you don't have to, endure the struggles of mental health, because it could be debilitating. And we want to see you progress and move on, because we are more than halfway through the year now, okay? And we trying to reach some end of the year goals, right? So we don't want your mental health to set you back. So let's just keep pushing forward. Also, what we want to announce that the Crown Me Scholarship Gala is coming up in September.
September
So we want to
23rd. Shout out to Danielle Black. I see her promoting and pushing. And last year was an amazing show. It was a great show. So I don't think she's doing vendors this time, but she did vendors last time. But she is doing sponsors. I know sponsorships and stuff, and you can get your business out in that type of manner. I mean, a diverse group. I'm talking about diversity. Danielle, she know how to be diverse. She everybody loves her.
She's a member of the Fidelity Board.
Yeah, she don't see a color. And that's what I like. She don't see a color.
That's awesome. This also is an organization that helps young women, young girls, and so to build them up, give them some extra help, some extra structure, give them some mentors to put in place. Aspiration, who I want to be, and that's important for young girls to see themselves in that light. Also, what we have coming up, the Ladies Night Cruise, right? December 11th through the 16th.
Yes.
So, y'all, I did say deposits was due July 10th.
Okay.
Oh, that's today.
Oh, man, I ain't sent
deposits due July 10th, but I'm going to tell you, I'm going to help y'all out just a little bit, okay? Just a little bit. If you can't do the full deposit, I'm going to give it to you half off.
Oh.
So $25
$25
get you a spot.
Can't beat that.
Okay? $25 to get you a spot. So we want to see you guys on the Ladies Night. Spice Diva and Charming Travels hosting this cruise, y'all. Come out.
It's ladies' night.
Yeah, and I feel all right. Yeah.
Yes, it's ladies' night. What a night.
Look, bring your boo.
Yeah.
Bring your boo.
Yeah.
No kids, though. This is an adult affair only. But you could bring your boo. You don't have to be all girls. But we are celebrating the ladies. And this is an opportunity where Miss Spice Diva gives back to the community to help the battered women. So, look, y'all, come on this cruise and support us.
Yes,
okay?
Definitely come on and support us. And also, I know with the cruise, you said about vending. Can we do vending? Probably not. Huh?
We gonna look into that.
We're gonna look into that.
We're gonna look into that.
Because I'm trying to say the vending, but I was thinking about a select few people that really rock
all
with
year
us,
long.
and that's really
right.
been supporting us
I ride or
the whole
dies.
year, and that's the people that we gonna give special privilege to. To be.
She putting it all out there. Yes, y'all. Nepotism over here.
The people that's been supporting us like this.
I understand, girl.
I that ladies' night and all that, because I'm quite sure it's gonna be limited spots, right?
It is going to be limited spots. So definitely.
Yeah,
so
spots,
all right.
Yeah.
And so not the last thing, but also I got the opportunity was reached out to me by the Cosmetology Institute. To be on a Lunch and Learn July 26th.
Oh, congratulations.
So thank you so much. I don't have an exact time right now, But be on the lookout. Make sure you subscribe to TCI NOLA, okay? And subscribe to Sona's Charm so you don't miss this lunch and learn, okay?
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Yes, you should be.
I'm so excited. We also have 2 other dates, the 12th and the 19th, where they have other special guests. So, guys, make sure you follow them, you know, and just don't miss out on the information. It's a lot of valid information in the beauty industry, and you got some vets out there. So,
so is it a free event? Or is
it's actually going to be, I believe, via social media. So, we just going to go live on social media and, you know, do a little platform.
Yeah, it's my girl Lauren D. She always do like beautiful and big events. So you definitely want to follow you guys. That's great. I'm excited for you.
And I put this on here, but I didn't know, you know, we still accepting sponsors for Brock, okay?
Oh, no. Okay, that was good. But no, that'll prompt me and remind me. I don't know if they still have the flyer, but I mean, thank you, Brock. Thank you guys, the sponsors and stuff like that. My baby did reach his goal, and they actually had somebody trying to donate today. At a certain time, they cut it off. So with his cash apps and everything, he did meet the goal. If you was to click on the link, you're gonna see he was at 6:15. But all the cash apps and stuff he got, he really met the goal. And for the offensive line which he was with, their goal was 30,000. They actually made 35,000.
That is awesome. Yeah. Congratulations to you, John Curtis football team.
Yes, 35,000.
Y'all not in the car, but look, it's all good, okay?
We did win the championship.
It's all good. It's all good.
Win the championship,
okay,
John
congratulations. Congratulations.
They got Buku Trophy.
We do. 2 powerhouse football programs in the city. So congratulations to the both of you, okay? No, I don't think. Sometimes they do during the regular season.
For recreation, I think they do.
Oh, really?
Sometimes. I don't think they're supposed to, but sometimes they do play one another. I've heard them play each other. I want to say about 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
They just start doing it, but I don't think they're in the same division.
I think when the divisions changed, and so I think Carr went up and they went down. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. But anyways, we're gonna be watching y'all this year. Can't wait for football season to start.
I can't wait.
And shout out to my son Seth over at Ben Franklin football team.
Okay,
we're gonna be another. That's right, baby. It's okay. It's okay. No play. He the best player on the team.
That's right. You better shout him out, baby, because you don't know who looking. This is senior year, right?
This is senior year, yes. Senior year. So we coming out with a bang, y'all. Okay.
Beautiful. All
All right.
That's all our announcements.
That's the end of the.
No. One more announcement.
One more.
Congratulations to my
Mocha.
Girl, Mocha.
Yes,
Mocha. Congratulations. She's actually an instructor now. She finished her test on today.
Wow.
For presentation.
That's awesome.
So I want to say congratulations
to the Jackie
you,
of all
Mocha,
trades. That's
the Jackie
right.
of all trades. I mean, you've been instructing.
Yes.
But we're going to say congratulations to you.
On acquiring that license.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Official.
It's official.
She the security, y'all.
That's right.
That's right.
So I guess we have an amazing guest today, right?
We do have our amazing guest, Miss Tasha Nicole.
Naquin.
I'm sorry. Nicole.
Oh, okay.
Tasha Nicole
all
of Silk Sations. You guys, she has a phenomenal story. She's a walking miracle, okay? A walking miracle. I had a chance to chat with her prior to the show.
All right.
I read the bio. I was like, girl, forget Job. You know what I'm saying? It's you. You know what I'm saying? But she has a lot of great information that she's going to give with us today. And so, you guys, let's roll, okay?
Yes, y'all don't want to miss this.
That's right.
She's a boss in the community, in the city. Like I put on a thing that even in other cities, I've seen her on billboards in New York. She was a part of Ladies Night.
That's right.
2019. She actually spoke to everybody at Ladies Night 2019. And her story is absolutely phenomenal. And she has some amazing products.
She does. She really does.
Products.
Really
so
products.
Y'all want to stay tuned.
Organic products.
Yes.
No bad ingredients.
Not
killing
really organic.
Not killing your skin on your hair. None of that.
Really organic.
Really organic. All right. So y'all stay tuned for the next segment, RedLip Talk Podcast.
Mwah!
Spice Divas, Sona's Charm, RedLip Talk, RedLip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
RedLip
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
It's your girl, Sona's Charm.
And it's your girl, Spice Divas, the marketing diva.
We want y'all to tune into the premiere of the RedLip Talk podcast.
Every Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time, we're going to have new topics, new guests, new businesses.
Tune in to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. RedLip Talk podcast. Wow.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.
Bethesda House of Prayer. Bethesda is a church for non-traditional worshipers, a church designed for those who love God's Word. Would you like to attend a church where believers and non-believers can choose to worship together? A church where cultural differences does not get in the way of God's message. We invite you to be our special guest. Our services begin 9 a.m. on Sunday, located at 7601 West Bank Expressway, Suite B, Marrero, Louisiana. For more information, contact us at 504-348-0132. Bethesda House of Prayer. Bethesda is a church for non-traditional worship. Bethesda House of Prayer. Bethesda is a church for
Hello everyone. This day is declared National Still Body Day. People, it is here. It has arrived.
We have 2,500 bottles of this formula that's designed to give you what you need in terms of health, happiness, and healing. People have testimonies already. People have been serviced already. And now we want you to be a part of this blessed experience. Give us a call at 416-5256. Give us a call at 237-4000. And we have a bottle for you. And trust me, this will be the best investment you ever made for your body. You heard it from the truth, the whole truth, Dr. Truth, Dr. Kendra, Baby Truth. Now be blessed.
Hello everyone.
Spice Divas, Sona's Charm, RedLip Talk, RedLip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
RedLip Talk. Turn the mics on.
Girl,
Check.
come sit with us and sip some tea.
RedLip Talk. Spice Divas, Sona's Charm. Oh, he ain't
And we're back.
Mwah.
All right, and we're back to RedLip Talk podcast, our 21 episode.
That's right.
And we have a special guest on. I mean, she's not a newbie to everybody. She's very familiar. Everybody know her. Y'all done seen her on billboards. Y'all done seen her in books. Y'all done used her products on your hair.
Mm-hmm.
You have celebrities have then used your products on their hair. And it's good. Tabitha Brown. Yeah. My friend, Havila Malone, I think she's using your products. Yes.
She's one of my loyal Silkies.
Okay.
Oh, Silkies. That's so cute.
I love it. So welcome.
Mm-hmm.
Thank y'all for having me. I'm happy to be here. I was 2 hours early. I was so ready.
Are you serious?
She was so ready.
Oh, I know you. You be on time.
She be on time.
That's what she told me.
Yes, I love it. Yeah. So what's going on with you? Tell us what's going on with you. What started your journey of Silk Sations and Silkies? I know the story, but the world knows. Sona knows the story.
Yes.
But we want the world to know the story.
Okay, so what started Silk Sations is the fact that I was born chronically ill. Um, and in 2014, I was planning an event for my nonprofit Poetry and Motion Care Bears, and I'm sitting at the computer having issues with my stomach, and I thought it was indigestion for 3 days. By the third day, I could not walk, get to the hospital. They put me in this scan, and they come running in. They already at this point had an IV in me because I was in so much of pain, and they're telling me they had to rush me to New Orleans because I now reside in Mississippi, and they're like, "We got to get you to New Orleans because you about to die." And I'm like, "About to die?" And they say,
How old were you? Not to cut. How old were you?
"Girl, don't make me lie. This was in 2014. Um, I was in my 30s. I was in my 30s. And they said you have a blood clot the size of a lemon in your liver, and half your liver is white. So it's been there. So I'm in ICU, and they had to fly in two specialists because nobody could figure out what was wrong with me. Come to find out, I have a rare blood disorder that I was born with, but it lay dormant, and for whatever reason, it decided to attack my body. 2 years later, in 2016, I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, a rare brain disease, and a nerve disorder called trigeminal neuralgia. They called it the suicide disease for short. The pain hits you without warning, and I physically, literally tried to kill myself because the pain is that bad when it hits.
Can you tell me again what the name of it? Because I'm thinking of fibromyalgia.
Trigeminal neuralgia.
Oh, is it in a family or something?
They said because of the multiple sclerosis and the brain disorder. And what it does is, imagine the worst toothache you've ever had.
Yeah.
Multiply that by 100. No joke.
And is it shocking pains all over your body?
It's in your face. It's in your face, and if you can feel it when it hits and it tightens up, it's like somebody has something underneath my teeth dragging it across my nerves. And it makes you violently shake. And they say I have the worst case they've ever seen. So I'm always in pain. I'm never not in pain. I just learned how to manage it. Because by 27, because I suffer with high blood pressure, I was telling Sona earlier that I've been battling high blood pressure since I was 19. Okay. Before I was 35, I've had 3 heart attacks. And come to find out, it's due to the rare blood disorder. I wasn't overweight. I wasn't a bad eater. But in my family, high blood pressure is prevalent.
Yeah.
But for me, it was the blood disorder. And now since I've gotten my blood disorder under control for the last 3 years, I no longer battle high blood pressure.
Yeah, she was telling me her little secret. I ain't going to tell y'all because that's her secret.
It's actually not a secret because I actually have it out on social media.
Oh, okay.
And what happened was, because that's one of the ingredients in it. Apple cider vinegar. Yeah. I was using it. I started making this concoction to help me with the flare-ups that I have with the multiple sclerosis and the pain. And when I was doing research, I found out that turmeric and ginger together helps you with the inflammation. So I did some more research and found out that cayenne pepper helps to oxidate your blood, and it helps it to flow better. So I mixed those ingredients along with lemon and lime and some honey for taste. And I'll warm it like a hot tea, and then I'll put the apple cider vinegar in it. I was like 234 pounds. I'm using it for inflammation, but in the process, it shrunk my waistline. I lost weight, and then I realized one day I no longer have blood pressure issues. And because I made that drink, and I had to stop drinking it because it sped up my metabolism so much. I was losing weight too fast.
I got all that in my house. I got turmeric. I don't have ginger. I have honey. I have apple cider. I have cayenne pepper. That's all.
And it works. It works.
Yeah.
It works.
Oh, man. That lemon, cayenne, and what apple cider, that's the little shot that Beyonce used. So I was saying, yeah, I know about that part. Turmeric, I never really tried turmeric because I feel like I don't like the taste of it. But she was like, if you add the honey and the lemon will help combat the taste.
Together, I'm telling you, it works wonders. Yes. And it never stops the pain, but it does helps it subside. So it's not as bad. Because like right now, I was telling her earlier, right now, it feels like I'm standing on hot coals. Yeah. My feet are hurting so bad. But that's a regular. That's the norm for me. And then I'll get people that'll ask me, well, if your feet hurt, why you don't, just wear tennis shoes? I'm like, because my feet going to hurt regardless, and I'd rather be cute and in pain.
Yeah. I said that's her hairstylist side right there. Like, we gonna always be cute. Like, when we gotta, it's alright, I'm hurting, but I'm gonna look good.
Right. Because I don't ever want to look like what I'm going through. So Silk Sations started because when they told me in 2016 that I have 5.5 years to live, and they said if I made it that long, they said by 2018 I would permanently be in a wheelchair because I was in a wheelchair because of my multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that because I remember seeing, when we did that, I was going to ask you at what point did you become in a wheelchair and that process of what they told you and how you're a walking miracle today.
Yeah.
When did that part happen? Because I remember seeing it, and I remember when you talked for Ladies Night. So in that moment, kind of take us back to where that part happened, like you've been in a wheelchair.
I started needing a wheelchair in 2015, and I was embarrassed. For a whole year, I did not go to the grocery store. I did not go to make groceries because I felt embarrassed to be in the store with my kids and having to get on one of those chairs to roll around because I couldn't stand longer than 5 minutes. From my front door down the stairs was too much for me. The pain would be so severe, I'm crying, like really crying. So that became a thing, and then I finally accepted, well, this is what your situation is now. But see, I'm sitting in this wheelchair and I'm thinking, I'm cooking from my wheelchair and everything. But I'm like, I don't want to permanently be in this wheelchair because like I told her earlier, doctors been counting me out since the day I was born. And they're always like telling my mom, she's not going to be here this long. She's not going to be here. I was born blue. Had to be resuscitated because I'm a chronic asthmatic.
Oh, you got some powerful. Let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you what hit me just now when you talking because I caught a little chill. But what hit me was because you have so much work and purpose to do, and God have a plan for your life. The enemy wanted to stop it at youth, at an infant.
Yeah,
and you have so much.
Since I came in this world.
But your rewards will be greater.
And listen, I already say the rewards are greater because I'm still walking. I'm still standing, literally. And when I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, I'm crying and I'm praying and I'm like, my kids are still in school. I can't die. What can I do? And I just wheeled myself in the bathroom and I'm sitting there looking around because I don't know why I'm up in there, but I prayed. So a light bulb went off in my head and I'm looking at all these products. You know how you see in the movies where you hone in on something? That's how it was for me. So I grabbed the products. And I'm looking, I just turned them over and started looking at all the ingredients. And when I started researching the ingredients, how harmful it was. And being in cosmetology school, being a hairstylist for 17 years and thinking about you already know everything you put on your skin goes into your bloodstream. I have a blood disorder, so I'm like, okay, now I got to do something to help myself because doctors are not going to help me. They had me on 26 medications. And I'm like, I have to do something. Silk Sations was not supposed to be another business because at the time I already had my t-shirt business, I had my nonprofit, and I had a consulting business, and I was part-time doing hair because my body wouldn't allow me to do it full-time anymore. So this was just for me to help me, and it worked so well. That's how I got up out of my wheelchair. Only using Silk Sations products.
That is a miracle. I mean, a phenomenon because the doctors, like we were talking, they were pretty much treating her like a guinea pig. So it was such a rare disease. They didn't even know what to do for her.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh my gosh, like you did that.
Yeah.
You did that. You did that.
Yeah. And I would have to be in ICU very, very often. And when I stopped going to the doctors and just started doctoring on myself, I finally got my blood levels under control. I have to check my blood levels every week, and I have this machine where my blood levels go directly to the doctor, so they could always tell me if I need to readjust my blood thinners because I have to be on blood thinners for the rest of my life. I cannot get on an airplane or my brain will explode, so I can't travel far distances.
So you just drive.
I drive, and I cannot drive longer than 2 hours at a time.
But what I'm so amazed about you and impressed, not just your story of you doing a miracle on yourself, it's your tenacity, and it's your your purpose, to keep going.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people, we have excuses. We have excuses about why this not happening, why this not happening.
Yeah.
It's the action.
Yeah, because
It's
you
the
have to
action.
be determined, and I was determined not to be dead.
Yes.
I was determined.
I told her, I named the title of the show today, Overturning Your Mind, because we had so much stuff going on. It's like we have to reset, flip it over, rearrange it. And like literally instantly, when they came in the room, I was like, you gonna die if we don't get you out of here right now.
Yeah.
It's like right then and there you had to make a decision. I'm gonna live.
Yeah.
You know.
And then the first doctor that actually told me that, he was just so nonchalant about it. Yeah, giving you 5 years, 5.5 years, that's stretching it. I'm not expecting you to be here 3 years. That's what he told me. And walked out the room like it was nothing.
The devil is a lie.
I'm like, what?
Oh no, I'm gonna be here.
Because I'm like, I done fought my way through so many things, and I'm like, I came back from a stroke. I came back from 3 heart attacks. I'm like, a couple of times I remember being 7 in Charity Hospital, 9th floor. I was a regular. So when I would go, they would automatically bring me to the back. And this lady, I'll never forget it. She's sitting on the phone having a conversation. My mama stepped out the room, and I was in such distress. My hearing was still there, but my heart stopped. And I remember hearing my mama screaming and crying, like, don't let my baby die. And I'm like, in my mind saying, Mom, I'm still here. I'm not going nowhere. But they're pumping my chest and they're shocking me. And it was like, cold blue. And I still remember that to this day. So it's like.
So spiritually, you were still here.
I was able to still hear.
Yeah, you were still here.
And the crying, the scream that my mama let out, I'll never forget it. And I was like, I'm not about to die because she can't deal with it.
But people talk about that, like an out of body experience, or not an out of body experience, but like having something like that happen where your mom them thought you were gone, but you were still here.
I was still able to hear everything that was going around.
That makes me think about like in July of last year, and that's weird that I was going through something crazy last week, but July of last year I had like almost a dead experience. It wouldn't compare to what you going through, but I had a thing where when I was out of town. It traumatically, my mind, I was with friends, had fun. I'm going to look for my stuff. I lost a bag. Long story short, lost a bag. And I'm going, the man brings me to go back down the alley to look for a bag. You know how you on the back of the ride things? So when he hit the corner, he went into a dark alley. And at that point, my life started flashing in my head. Like I'm not going to see Brock. I'm not going to see Bree. I'm not going to see none of them. That's an experience people don't understand. Like, you really think you about to be gone.
Yeah.
That never happened to me in my 46 years of living.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Lord. And then I just hollered, Jesus. I just hollered because I didn't know what else to do.
Right.
And at that moment, I actually saw, I tell y'all no lie, I actually saw this man. It was almost like a demon or something. Like he was riding slow, like he changed. And then I just hollered. You know what I mean? And they had 3 people in that alley happened to be just appeared. I don't know. One was here, one was there, one was there. And I wound up coming out of that alley. But he slowed down to stop. And I think when he slowed down to stop, that was gonna be the end of my life, Wow. So I really admire your strength, and it's because he got you here to help other people, to motivate other people, and he have a purpose and plan for your life.
And see, that's why I put my book out, because I've been writing poetry since I was 11. And I tell people all the time, when people be like, you're so strong, this, that, and the third, and I'm like, God gives me my strength, and my mama didn't raise no punk. I make no excuses.
That's right.
I make no excuses. My mama made me, listen, I used to use my initials that's on my book. That's my writing name, TNT, because
a close-up of the book.
TNT, and I was like, my mama knew I was gonna be a firecracker when I was born.
TNT.
So that's my birth initials, TNT.
So
so I was like, she knew.
This is your second book, right?
This is my second book, Tasha Nicole told me.
And what's the name of the book?
This one is Smoke and Mirrors: The Truth Behind the Lies.
Truth behind, and it's a book of poetry.
It's a book of poetry and short stories.
And
I have pages up in there that the reader can write on. They could journal in a book, because I tell people at 11 years old, poetry, writing saved my life.
So, do you think it was like a way for you to like exercise out, the things you were going through, like, your avenue to be like, I'm going through this, I'm going to put it on this paper and release it?
No. It was more of not just releasing. That's a good way to look at it, but it was like outside of my best friend at the time, no one was trying to help me. I was being molested. He was my mom's then boyfriend, who later became her husband, and for 5.5 years this man molested me.
I'm so sorry.
And it was traumatic, and in the whole thing of it, I was the bad guy. He was cool, because unlike her last boyfriend, who she was with, I say 10 years, because my first memory of him was when I was 4 and she left him when I was 14. He used to beat her. And in the 5th grade, hearing the word domestic violence, that's the first time I had ever heard that. Had a counselor came in the classroom, and she was saying what domestic violence was. Now, I knew what my mom was going through was bad. I knew what we were going through was bad, but it didn't have a name, and it was the norm. So when she was like, if y'all need counseling, if your parents going through this, that, I was in Miss Stansberry class going to Gary. And I go up to the desk, and I'm telling her what's going on. And they had a student at the end of the desk, and she was listening. She was a neighbor of ours. And my brother was a class clown, always made jokes. He had the mentality, because we was so poor, y'all. Yeah. He had the mentality, make them laugh with me and not at me. Yeah. So he's clowning this girl. She's like 6'2", we're in 5th grade, and he's talking about her. As she said, at least my mama boyfriend ain't going upside her head, whooping her behind every night. And he went home and told my mama. He said, Mama told you about that, because I grew up in the era what goes on in my house, stay in my house.
That's right.
And he goes there.
And you would get beat if you didn't.
And I did. I got the worst beating ever, but I thought I was helping us. I was trying to get us help, because I couldn't understand why he go to jail, he come back. He jump on her again. He even put a shotgun to our head and told us he would blow our brains out while we were crying. And me and my brother sitting in the middle of the floor. I had to be 6 or 7. My brother had to be like 7 or 8. And my 2 sisters sitting in the corner. He was just a horrible person. But the new guy, well, he had been around the family forever. But now him and my mom are dating, and he's not beating her. And he's paying all the bills, and we're no longer living in poverty. Yeah. So it's shut your mouth and let this man take care of us.
Shut your mouth and your eyes.
Provider. Yeah.
And you got to be the sacrificial lamb, because if you say something and she believes him, we're not going to have this no more. So you got to be quiet. You're the problem.
So you took the responsibility of, I'm going to make sure my family good, because I'm not going to say nothing, so my family can have a good life.
Well, I said something, but I was told to keep my mouth shut. I did say something. I spoke up.
So when it first happened, you did speak up.
I spoke up in the 9th grade. I was in 9th grade. And I remember walking up Carondelet, going to Canal Street with one of my sisters and her best friend, and I just blurted it out. Because at this time I was 16, and what happened was he came in the room. I was asleep, but I kept feeling something tug at me. And when I woke up, he was completely naked, climbing on top of me, and his hand was inside of me. And I couldn't take it anymore. So I spoke up, but I was told to keep my mouth shut.
Wow.
And poetry, I was like, I'm not the only person that went through this. When I was in high school, I had a high school teacher, my English teacher, Shawana Cox, Dr. Cox, and she used to have us journal in class, and she told me that, she was like, you should write a book one day. She was like, you're very good at expressing yourself. I never thought about being an author, and one day I sit on the side of my bed and I say, it's so many people that get molested and that get raped and that go through these things, and they're made to be quiet. You have to keep quiet about it, and I'm like, I'm tired of being silent. This man did this to me. I don't care how y'all feel about him.
That was at 16. Like, I'm saying something.
I decided to say something when I was 32. I was like, I'll write a book. I'm going to put a book out.
Wow.
And I published my first book when I was 34. Because I was like, it's just too many people go through this. I had heard too many stories, and being the age that I am now, it still affects me.
Yeah. So like, what? So, like, how many years did you have to endure that? Like, somebody
molesting me.
for
I
so many-
was, it was 5.5 years. I went through it. I went through it, and I told him I remember getting up to go to school. I was going to Ravine. I was getting ready for school. This was the night he climbed on top of me, and my little sister. She's a year younger than me. She was in the bed in the room, and I kept quiet because I didn't want to wake her up because I didn't know if he would do something to her. So I'm protecting her. Yeah. But I went in the room, went in my mama's room, and I said, "If you ever come in my room again," I said, "I'm gonna kill you," because I'm tired. And he was like, "All right, I won't come up in there no more." But then he told everybody else I was lying. But what was so bad about it, when me and my mom had the conversation, she was so upset with me. We're sitting in the car talking, and my mama said, "I understand what you went through." She said, "Because your grandmother had 3 boyfriends that did the same to me." She said, "But that man pays my bills and you don't. So what you want me to do?" I was devastated.
Bro, that's like the movie, the Tyler Perry movie. When the what's the name of that movie? I can't think of it. The one with when they have the big wedding with the angels in the church and stuff.
Wasn't that family reunion? I believe.
Is it family reunion? But that's what happened. The older sister was the one was being molested.
Yeah.
And the mom let it go on because the man was taking care of her. But then the daughter, who was getting married to an abusive man, but he had a lot of money, and the mama was pushing the marriage together because it's like, he gonna take care of all of us.
Yeah.
You just go ahead and marry him. Wow.
Yeah. And I have this piece called Boogeyman.
I was
And
gonna
it's
ask you
about
what's
the
one of
experience.
your favorites.
Smoke and Mirrors. I wrote that one after my mom passed.
Okay.
My mom was 49 when she passed. I think 2 weeks past her 49th birthday, she passed. But what I also put in the book that people don't know is my mom was 13 when she got married to my dad. My dad was 26. By the time my mama was 17, she had 4 children.
So you
Wow.
13 and 26. She was even molested in that state.
Yes.
Because she was so, and I wonder if her mom gave her away at 13. It was a cycle of
And
curse.
I felt like nobody, after she died, I really sat down and tried to put myself in my mom's shoes. And I was like, all of the adults in my mom's life failed her. Nobody protect her. Anybody who know me know I am crazy about my hot girl, my heart. But my mom 13, she's married, she's living with my momo, my hot girl, and she couldn't stand my mama. And she would always say, even when we became adults, "I don't know what your mama did to my son, this, that." But my mama was a child. And see, for us, that was the norm.
How much your mama on your dad's side? On
My
your
daddy
dad's
was
side.
her only child.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, for us, that was normal. Because to us, he's just our dad. But when I became older and I had a child, my first child, I was like, wait a minute. Something about this is so wrong. But it was normalized. And it's not normal. And I'm like, for me, I'm busting heads open behind mine.
Yeah.
Because I wish you would.
Yeah.
Play
So
with
I
one
know
of mine.
you got a girl and a boy, or you have
I have 3 boys and a daughter.
daughter. So I know you probably had that talk with them.
Yes.
Before, when they was an infant.
Yes.
I started having a talk with Brock and Bree when it was 3. I had to start having a talk with them. One time I had Bree. I was told them, if somebody touch you, you tell them, "Don't touch me," because my mama gonna, I hate to say it on there, gonna F you up. You get
Right.
And I
Right.
told them you could cuss. You know what I mean? So it's amazing how somebody did try something with Bree at 5. And guess what she said? You bet not, because my mom gonna F you.
I had
and
to
got
have
in
that.
the car with me and told me right then and
there.
there. Do you hear me?
Well, that's good. That
So
she
having that conversation.
had the trust, because I think sometimes, you go through things and like you was like, okay, I'm gonna confront this, I'm gonna tell my mom, and then she denied you. But some people feel like you said, I don't even want to go to my mom, because you take on the responsibility, to say, my mom is happy, I don't want to ruin her happiness, or this is we not living like this, we have a better life, so I just deal with it, and when I'm done, I can move on from it. But the fact matters, like you said, you still have trauma from it. You never really move on from those type of traumatic experiences. I know for me, I have a son, and he's 16 now. But I mean, even then, like, I didn't really bring people around him, like, talking about it, and we just don't. That,
And see,
that don't go nowhere. But now I have a daughter.
But then the thing
so
is,
it's different now because I think about, okay, now you're going to be dating, like, what kind of man, you're going to have your daughter around. I got to watch out for all of those things, family members, all of that stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I was about
because
to say, you definitely
nobody
do.
is
Off.
Because my molester was around before I was ever born.
Oh, wow.
He was a part of the family.
And people probably knew he was a child molester.
I don't think they did. But I wasn't I wasn't the only person.
Right.
Because I had a next door neighbor that stopped coming to the house because of that. She would live next door. She would come over because I had my baby because I was a teen mom in high school. And she would come over to play with my baby, but she stopped coming over because he tried something with her. One of my sister's best friends was living with us, and she left, just up and left. And then later on it was revealed that's why she left, because he tried something with her. Had a cousin that he tried something with too. But in all of that, it was, I'm so sorry he did that to them. But then for me, it was like, you probably want it.
But then y'all still kept this man around.
Yeah, and I was told
doing these horrible things
I
to these young girls.
probably wanted that.
Trying to.
What 11-year-old? Because I'm like, the piece Boogeyman, it starts off, it's the best kept secret, many know all too well. I was told about him when I was a little girl, thinking it was just a fairy tale. But I soon found out it wasn't make-believe, because in my home, the Boogeyman was real. And the first line says, I can remember the first time I was awakened by this strange sensation. Still half asleep, but my vision's kind of blurry. But I'm awake enough to know exactly what he's trying to do to me. As I lay there with my 11-year-old breast between his lips, we catch eye contact as my stomach starts to flip. He ducks on the floor as if he's invisible, and I'm not supposed to notice I'm still exposed. And that man told me, you dreamed that. I didn't do that. Like I didn't know better.
Wow.
And I was very well developed for an 11-year-old. Yeah. And I startled him when I opened my eyes, and he happened backed up again. My little sister Lane, this was the first it wasn't the first incident. This was the second incident. My little sister laying on the sofa next to me. The first incident, we was living 1517 St. Rock. And he came in the house like he normally do. He knocked on the door. My mama said, one of y'all answer the door. I go answer the door. He came in the door, and he said, give me a hug, Petey. And I gave him a hug. And when I hugged him, he picked me up, and he tried to tongue kiss me. And it shook me to my core. It shook me to my core. And because I didn't say anything, I'm guessing he figured, I could do it again. And me and my sister was over there spending the night because he was her parent. So we would go over there regularly, and I'd sleep on the sofa, and when I wake up, he got my boob in his mouth. And he told me I dreamt that. So writing poetry for me was therapy, because nobody would listen to me. Nobody was trying to help me. Now, when I told my mama, my daddy mom, the only adult in my life that stood up for me was her. Because she said, I believed you, and then I gave a poetry event, and I performed the Boogeyman piece, and she said, I been knew you was telling the truth. She said, but your story has never changed. She said, a lie gonna change 50 million times. She said, that story is always the same. She said, and I knew you was telling me the truth.
And that's good. You have the courage to bring it out, because some people keep it in, and you helping somebody else.
Yes, and
you helping many other people who went through that and kept it in and not saying nothing about it. You helping a whole bunch of people, not just with your story of your chronic illness and persevering through it, but all the stuff that collectively that you've been through in your life, and you still managed to become the boss.
That's right.
Yes,
CEO
you still managed to become the boss. And I know you told us how you came about doing Silk Sations, and how you came about doing your organic products and stuff, and with your chronic illness, and you wanted to do everything natural for people. Tell them about how Walmart was trying to get your product, and you're like, because y'all gonna change my stuff.
It was, my mama told me 2 months before she passed, she said, I know you think I'm just an old lady talking, because she battled cancer twice, and the butter really helped her with her radiation treatment. She never did chemo, she did radiation. And she said, I will never buy another product out of a store again. She was like, because your products work so well. She said, but you mark my words. She said, Walmart, Sally's, the other big stores. She said, all I'm going to come calling you. She said, you're not going to have to go to them.
Yeah.
2 months after she passed, I got an email. Walmart wants your products. I'm thinking it's a joke. You know how people send you spam.
Yeah,
I got that 3 times, and somebody said, you might need to look into it. So when I looked into it, it was actually them. They had a secret shopper try my products, and I was selling through Walmart, but when they went to asking me about changing my products, putting a great value name on it, yeah. And I was supposed to be in stores. They still contact me now to see if I want my products in their stores. I refuse to change my formulation because I created this to help save my life. And I'm not about to let anybody fool with that for no amount of money. I will not sell it. If you're going to change it, I will not. And people was like, well, you could have sold it to them, made all that money, and then just started. I'm not selling. I'm not selling. I'm like.
And then you handcraft. You know, many people don't know that. You whip your stuff.
I handcraft.
You hand do it. You hand do it yourself. She do it all herself. Even when she's aching, she's sending out orders. So
I do everything by
y'all
hand.
don't have no excuse if you're not doing what your God purpose talent
That's
purpose
right.
is. If you have something that you believe in that you want to do, you have no
If there's
excuse.
a will, there's a way. There's a way.
And again, I say
That's
my
right.
mama didn't raise no punk baby, and it's like anything I set my mind to, and I try to teach my children that you can do it. Because I woke up one morning, I wanted to start a nonprofit. I did that. They know nothing about doing that. I wanted to write a book. I've written 2. Okay, I'm the first spoken word artist to win a Billboard for Humanitarian of the Year for the work that I do through my nonprofit.
Okay.
I decided I wanted to do a TV commercial. I did that. I wanted to be on Broadway.
So tell me about your nonprofit right quick, your nonprofit.
Let's touch bases on all your little things you got going on.
Okay, so Poetry in Motion, I haven't done it in a couple of years because I got really sick. But Poetry in Motion Care Bear started because, like I said, I was a regular in a hospital, and one day I was up there. This lady came in. I had to be like 6 or 7, and she bought her daughter a baby doll, and I just kept looking at how beautiful that baby doll was. She left the room, and when she came back, she gave me a stuffed animal, and I never forgot that. So one day I'm sitting on the edge of my bed, and I just keep having dreams about Care Bears, and I'm like, why I keep dreaming about these Care Bears? And my mind instantly went back to that lady giving me that bear, and she made me feel so special in that moment because I was up there by myself. My mom had other kids, so she couldn't be up there with me, 24/7. She had other kids she had to take care of. And I decided I wanted to help children feel as special as that lady made me feel. So I started Portrait Motion Care Bears for chronically and terminally ill children. What we would do is I would gather poets, different artists from all over the city and even out of state and out the country. We would go to Children's Hospital and Ashna Hospital in the children's ward. We would give out stuffed animals, hugs. We would do puppet shows for the kids. And I would put on these portrait events a couple of times a year. Sometimes at Cafe Istanbul, we would do portrait events to raise money to get these kids, terminally ill children, their dream for a day. So whatever their dream was, we would work to make it happen.
Definitely need to get back that popping. I'm saying because I want to know about the nonprofit because we with Ladies Night we do the homeless and stuff. The women in the battered shelters. But sometimes you could shift your gear. So that's why I wanted to know a little bit more about the nonprofit. Tell people how they can purchase your book, how they can purchase your products. I'm quite sure you probably send your website in.
I did.
I'm quite sure you did.
I believe I did.
If we can look forward to looking at her website. So they'll know how they can get in touch with Tasha Nicole Thomas, right?
No. Tasha Nicole Nakan.
Nakan. I always call you Naquin, huh?
Yeah.
And
it's
I got it all wrong.
It's Nakan.
Oh, and I've been calling you Naquin for so long. Why you don't tell me I was saying that wrong?
Because a lot of people do it. Because it's Nakan.
Nakan. Because I put that Q-U-I-N, I go that Naquin.
Yeah,
it's but it's Tasha Nicole.
Yeah, but
Nakan.
They can find me on. My book is available on any major online retailer: Amazon, Walmart, Target, Barnes and Noble's, Book a Million. You can go to all of those, but you can also purchase it off my website along with the best handcrafted products.
Yes, they are.
Silk
girl.
Sations.net.
My customers miss that stuff because I've seen it like that butter.
Oh yes, that hair butter is the
hair
truth.
butter. Or they put your website up right there.
Yeah,
and
that hair
go to
grow butter is the truth. that's my two babies right there. That's two of my kids.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
that's two of the brats.
The growth butter I was talking about, right?
Right
here.
Yeah, no, that's the currently defining cream.
Okay,
that's
the
our
one
top
that's on
seller.
This side.
That's our top seller. The currently defining cream, but the hair grow butter is the second top seller we have.
Hair grow butter.
Yeah.
I love that hair grow butter.
It works.
It works
wonderfully. It does.
Y'all need to copy some because it really works.
And especially for my silkies that have alopecia, that lost hair due to chemo, they all swear by their hair butter. It's like nothing else grows their hair back but their hair butter. Then now I have the Reggae Lock and Braid Serum. Mm-hmm. That one's selling just as much as the hair butter.
I'm gonna have to try
because it's like the results are real.
Okay.
It's no gimmicks. And I had somebody ask me like, why is your butter and your hair grow oil so expensive? And I'm like, it's actually not. And I'm like, it takes me 3 months minimum to make that oil, to make that butter and that serum. I use all these raw ingredients. That's not just to pull some herbs in the bottle and go about my business. That's not what that is. Minimum at 3 months. That's the thing.
Your price is your price. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I had a customer try to bargain me this weekend or whatever, and I was like, "Look, this is my price.
Yeah.
If you don't want, go find somebody else.
Yeah.
Find a stylist. Find somebody else that's you can no."
Yeah,
so your
and then
price
I'm
is your
like,
price.
I'm
You don't
still
know what
not.
you putting into it. Not only that, let's think about it. They don't know that the pain that you being making it.
That part.
Yeah, because I'm like, a lot goes into that.
So you getting some custom.
Yeah. The curl and defining cream by itself takes me 8 hours to make, and that's not even jarring it. It's to make it. It takes me. That's an 8-hour process. So I don't get to sit down and go relax and then come back. It's an 8-hour process because it's a certain way I have to do it to get it the consistency that it is.
And tell them, a lot of people don't know about it. I want to be able to touch everything you doing. You're an author. You can purchase books from you. You can purchase your amazing products, Silk Sation products, for the silkies. You also have a t-shirt company.
Yes.
They can also purchase t-shirt branding, things like that. You you also do that with labeling. Do you do that for people?
No, I don't.
No labeling. You only do your own stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, girl. Okay. All right. She said, "You try to work me too hard."
Like, girl, I can't.
Yeah, and I actually had to pull some of my products because it was just too much. And yes, I do run a t-shirt printing business. I started that to help with the cost for the shirts that I was making for our Balling for Life cancer fight events that I would give every year for my 9. Yes, to do it. So I started doing it myself, and I'm like I said, anything I put my mind to, I can do it. And then it became Miss Ross.
Ms. V,
She is still to this day, 9 years running. She is still my top client.
Yeah.
So I do shirts for businesses and stuff. I don't do the single shirts like people will call in and be like, I want just this shirt.
You want bulk?
No, I do bulk.
What's your minimum? About 24?
10.
10.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Most people want like 50.
Yeah, my minimum is 10.
I have to shoot you my logo.
Yes, I do. I still have my t-shirt business.
I know we're gonna do a third segment with our takeaways, but just real quick, we started talking about some whys, like why you really put it in your will, like you were gonna get better, and we talking about overturning your mind. So, what helped you overcome this adversity of your illness, of the molestation, just saying, some people give up, say, oh, I keep going through stuff while I'm the one, but you don't seem to have that attitude, it's positive, it's like, I'm going to get through this, I'm determined, what helps you push with that mindset?
From a very, very, very young age, I've always believed in a higher power. I've always believed in God, and I used to write letters to God asking in my praying to the right God. Is this the, why am I so sick? Because I used to do the why when I was younger. But then when I became older, like a teenager, and I was like, why not me? I was born in this world sick, and you see so much sickness around us. You see a lot of babies born sick. You see adults, teenagers, people young, people older, they lose their life. So I'm like, why not me? And then I had this thing one day, I sat down and I said, because all of this is not for me. It's my testimony to help somebody else on this journey who don't have the strength. Because when you're dealing with molestation, a lot of people are silenced. They feel like they have no voice. Let me be your voice. You have a voice, and it's being chronically ill. So many people battle different illnesses, and it's like, I can show you that you can have a good life. You can be happy and still go through things. Life is not pain free. We all suffer, but it's like the cards you're dealt, how you about to play this hand. And see, I choose to keep using trump cards. Because, no, baby, life is not about to get me.
You going to keep letting the past determine your future? Are you going to let it break you? Are you going to be motivated to
you
keep
have to
going
look at,
forward? Leave the past in the past and keep, even it going to remind you of where you need to be, where you going, where God had brought you from. But are you going to keep, you going to keep just letting it, just keep saying, oh, this happened to me, or me. Well, no. You are a testimony of that. You got to keep moving.
Going, and you have to be determined to do anything you want to. You just have to believe in you. Don't worry about the people who don't support you. Don't worry about whether this person or that person don't believe in you. Do you believe in you? And if you believe in you, baby, that's all you need.
That's all you need.
Other people gonna follow.
Yeah. I love it.
Other people gonna follow.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But believe in you.
You gotta believe in you.
So we got one more segment, y'all. This was such a blessing to have you come on right now. You're gonna stay on here with us.
Yes.
And we're gonna come back with our takeaways and our thank yous to our sponsors. So y'all stay tuned.
And you know how we leave out, right?
For more talk with
I've been watching this.
RedLip Talk Podcast.
She like, I've been watching this. I said, you know we do.
Like
I've been supporting y'all since I seen it.
Sonas.
I've been sharing it.
RedLip Talk. RedLip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
RedLip Talk.
Girl, come sit.
Yes, Lord.
The wait is over. This is your favorite prophetess Chanel Jones, and I want to introduce to you my new non-traditional podcast called Kingdom Women Speaking, where you can expect a royal discussion amongst queens. Yes, Lord. And you can find me on New Orleans Talk Network. Tune in, world.
Hello, somebody. It's Marlon Big Faith Favorite, recruiting coordinator at Cafe Hope. If you're on the West Bank of New Orleans and between the ages of 18 and 23, come join our team. Benefits from learning and earning, getting certifications, life skills, and career training. Cafe Hope is a nonprofit culinary art and life skills program. Let Cafe Hope be the stepping stone to your next career choice. Come visit us, 1151 Barataria Boulevard, Marrero, Louisiana. Give Big Favor a call, 504-350-1218, or send them an email, marlon@cafehope.org. For more information, visit cafehope.org. Cafe Hope, the next step in life, baby. Hello, somebody.
Now New Orleans has a choice. Download the New Orleans Talk Network app for your mobile device or listen at www.neworleanstalknetwork.com.
Spice Divas, Sona's Charm, RedLip Talk, RedLip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
RedLip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us.
Live. You could elaborate on what you just said. So, we was talking about overcoming adversity.
Oh, yeah. And I was saying that for me, I'm a praying woman. And I always pray. A lot of times when we pray, we expect God to give us an answer right then and there. We always want the answer to be yes for what we're praying for. But I was just telling ladies, sometimes it's no, or sometimes it's not right now.
Sometimes He be protecting us.
And we don't even see it that way.
Sometimes He answering our prayers, but like you said, it's not the way that we think. So we think it's not being answered. But it's been times I'm like, I pray for this, I want this. But the result that I got actually was what I needed.
Girl,
You
I'll
know,
tell you, some things I done prayed for that I thought I wanted. I'm so happy he blocked it and didn't give it to me because I look back on the nine, I'd be like, whoo, child, you, he really blocked some stuff for you because you thought you wanted that, but look what you would have had to go through. Yeah, like, nah, I'm glad, you know.
So our takeaway moments, we have takeaways, and our takeaway moments. Are we going to that right now?
yes.
Okay. All right. So takeaway, RedLip Talk takeaways, sponsored by Spice Divas Beauty Bar, brought to you by Spice. But this is how we do our takeaways, right? We it's something that you look into the camera and you want like a person that never watched the show. Let's just say that, and you want them. It's something that they're going through, or what you want them to take away from Tasha Nicole.
What I want you guys to take away from Tasha Nicole is never fold. Anything you set your mind to, even if it take you a minute to get there, always remember your why you are motivated to do it, your vision, your plan, execute it. Don't sit around saying, well, this person ain't supporting me, or no, this time is not the right time because my finance, this and that. You might never have the right time. Sometimes you got to dive head first. I dive head first with almost everything. I pray about it, and then I do it. And if it ain't the right thing to do, it's going to eventually phase itself out. But at least I tried and I know.
But all things work together for the good that those who love the Lord. So guess what? It's going to work together even when you make that bad will. Go ahead.
Yeah, so y'all just make sure you always believe in yourself.
Yes.
Don't let people tell you you can't, you this, you that, because I'm, like I say, doctors been counting me out since the day I was born, and I'm still here. You have to believe in you. You have to find that strength somewhere in you because you have it. Use that strength. Every brick that was thrown at me for bad, baby, I turned into steps, and I keep climbing them.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's beautiful. What you got, Sona?
What do I have for y'all? I don't really know because this was
got,
like
Sona?
I don't know.
I
know I might have to pull it
something,
together. Because I'm honed in over here, so I'm like, this is where my brain at. This really was a blessing, and I just want to thank you for coming on today. I know we have been talking about for a while getting you on, but we say every show is divine because it's the things that need to happen that week, even for us, for our own, personal, heartfelt moments. But what I want to say, I had a very busy weekend. Not busy, but I had a lot of things going on this weekend. I had a family reunion I went to on my dad's side and met family that I actually had never seen before, so it was really nice. The Lightail family, that's like my great-grandparents. And so, yes, and my grandmother, my dad's mom, was there, who I don't really get to spend a lot of time with, but, I saw a different side of her, and I was just like, I wish I would have had these moments, growing up and spending that time with her, and, to hear her stories, hear her breakthroughs. I know about some of them, but it's like, being there, seeing all those folks, I'm like, it's so much behind that, you know what I'm saying? And, y'all, I went to church on Sunday, and the preacher was preaching about, one of the things he was talking about was forgiveness, And, I mean, we always talk about forgiveness, but forgiveness in a way that, not so much, you got to forgive people, which, I mean, you do. You want God to forgive you, so you should be able to give it to other people in return. Yeah. And, because you think about, well, if I forgive them, what that's going to make me look like? What is that going to cost me? And you have to ask yourself, well, what does it cost God to forgive you? So with all of that, I'm just in a space of, family love, brotherly love, sisterly love, forgiveness. And I'm listening to your story, and it's like, to get to where you are, you probably had to forgive a lot of people, even though you have not forgotten, but you've learned the lesson and you're moving forward from that. Not so much that, it was a lesson for you, but whatever it is you needed to get from those moments, you took that strength and you persevered. And, just in life, sometimes that's what we have to do. We don't know the whys this happened to me, or why this person don't like me, or whatever the case is, but you do have to be in a spirit of forgiveness and love, and just understanding, compassionate, because like you said, your mom was 13 years old. She pretty much grew up with her kids, you know, and was trying to figure out the best way, you know, to get along in life and take care of you guys, because you know that she loved you. You heard her screaming for you at the hospital, so you know that she loved you. You know what I'm saying? And just going on through life, a close friend, but church member, family member, you know, went through a lost her son very recently. You know, him and his, what I think her friend was playing a video game, and the boy, whatever happened, transpired, shot him in his parents' home with the parents there. And he ended up dying. And, you know, sometimes as parents, you know, we can do everything we're supposed to do.
Yes.
You can do everything you're supposed to do, raise your child, and still end up in tragedy like that. And I just feel like, you know, having a son and being in that age bracket, because he was only 18 years old, it's like, you know, what are we doing out here? And I think we have to go back to, you know, old school. You know, I mean, some of the things weren't good, but some of the things were, you know, just being more family oriented, you know, loving thy neighbor, you know what I'm saying? Like those types of things, being forgiveness, being understanding, being compassionate. And I know I'm rambling, but you know, that's where I want to leave us this week. I want us to try to find ourselves more in the mindset of forgiveness, you know, being compassionate, understanding each other, because it's so much going on out there. It's so much we're going through individually that we may not share with people. That's intimate. We don't want you to know that side of us, that be that vulnerable, but we're going through something and you don't know what that is. So, you know, you need to be able to treat people how you want to be treated and love them how you want to be loved, and give them the understanding that you want from other people.
All right, that was good. I like that. You know, my takeaway this week is I like to reflect back on my week that I had before, you know, on every Monday. And last week I had a real difficult week. And my week was, I was in my car, you know, I was like, you know, I just bought the new car. And I'm in a car and my battery was dying and stuff like that. And some other things was happening to me. It's just one day that I felt like it was the worst day ever. I had people attacking me on that day and this and that. And I don't share a lot what I go through because I feel like I'm supposed to be strong at every given moment, every given point, for my kids, you know, to keep, as a single mother, to keep things in order and stuff like that. But this particular day, I felt like I was about to break, right? So then I listened to Eric Thomas, I listened to E.T., who I listened to, and he said, today will be your last day, your last bad day. It's your choice. It's your choice that today will be your last bad day. Whatever we go through in life, sometimes it's not just to break us. It's to build us. It's to make us who we are, and reflecting back to what you went through. Everything you went through, even though the enemy probably meant for it to break you, it created Tasha Nicole. You know, and for me, my takeaway is everybody have a born date. Everybody have an end date. It's what you do in between those dates. Time is precious for us. We sometimes take advantage of time. We sometimes say, okay, I got this to do. I can do this. I can do that. But time is not promised to us. So we have to live this day. We have to live and choose to live this day. If something is not working in the realm of the purpose of God have in your life, it's time to move on or let it go. I thank God because last week was a week that I thought I was going to break. You know, we talk about overcoming adversities or overcoming, what's our topic? State of your mind. Overturning your state of mind. For me, it's God. I wanna leave y'all with this on today. Tasha have shared with you. Sona have shared with you. You're not alone. You might have a state of mind of I want to give up because this is not happening to you. That is not happening the way I want it to go. But guess what? Tomorrow is another day. Just because it's not happening right now, just because I'm not a multimillionaire right now, don't mean in 5 or 6 months I'm not going to be a multimillionaire. Just because you don't have the house you want, the car you want, the relationship you want, don't mean that it will not happen tomorrow. So you can't give up today because things is popping and hitting you today, because tomorrow it can change.
It could.
And then you have to realize too, I keep saying that all things work together for those who love the Lord. We say we love God. We say we believe in God in a higher power. We say He bringing the rain out right now, y'all. We say we believe in Him, so we have to know everything that we do in life, it's going to work together for our good, even if we make bad choices. Even if we do, because there's some things that I feel like, at this age, I'm about to be 47. When you hit that birthday, you like, I'm about to have a birthday. You go to reflecting on your life. I don't want to be out here. You know what I mean? That's not my life. I projected a way I'm supposed to be in my life at this age. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you have certain standards, you have dignity for yourself, and you have a projection of what you need to, where you want to be in a certain life, but it's because of some life choices that I made that I'm not where it needs to be right now. Is it a bad thing? No. Is it going to create me and make me where I need to be in the future? Yeah. Everything that we go through life is building us to be what we need to be. That's my takeaway today. Everybody got a born and everybody got an end date. What do you do in the midst of your born and your end date? What do you do? And that's my takeaway on today.
Ooh-wee.
All right,
so
now.
Nice. All right, so we want to thank Tasha Nicole for coming on
Yes,
today.
thank you,
so
Tasha.
much for spending
Thank
this time
you. Being on our couch.
We're going to thank Tarek for getting our food together, because we about to eat
Yes,
good. He
we
been
about
working
to-
hard. He been working hard, y'all. We about to eat good.
And our sponsors.
Our sponsors. We also want to thank our sponsors. We want to thank Dr. Kendra, the
Kendra.
health nut. Y'all
Yes.
get on them still bodies.
Yes, I want to thank Mocha Shanae, because Mocha has been sending in anonymously. She don't want everybody to know, but she really has been blessing us for about 2 months or something like that. She sent her anonymous
Consistently. She's been consistently and sponsoring and donating RedLip Talk Podcast.
And if you want to become a sponsor,
you go to RedLip Talk Podcast NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com /RedLip Talk Podcast, and you can go to the link and the link on there to select the donation. You can also give a sponsor inquiry, and you can also be a special guest. Yes. And you guys, it's open to whoever wants to come and hang with us. Okay,
yes.
So
and we technical, y'all. We technical. The process was nice, huh? Yeah, we had to streamline some stuff, So it's technical.
It's professional,
y'all.
That's right.
Yes. So we want y'all to become a part of it. If y'all like what y'all seeing, Tasha thinks she love it. She love it. That's our testimony.
That's right.
So she let you know we had a good time on the show. So we want y'all to definitely be a sponsor, be a guest, go on our live. I keep saying, I'm going to say it again. Don't wait until we become international. International. Let's go. Don't wait until we become international and you can't get on the show, right? Ooh. We want y'all to come on now, please.
Cree been applying pressure every
I've been
week.
Applying
she
pressure.
applying pressure to everybody.
Sponsor us right now. Sponsor us. Become a guest. Go on our link. Be a part of RedLip Talk Podcast, because from where it was in January to where we are now, you can see God's hand moving in it.
Yes.
And you want to sow your seed in good ground.
Ooh-wee.
Let's
all right.
go.
And y'all want to go get that book.
Yes.
That's right.
Go get that book.
That's right.
Let's
right here.
SilkSations.net.
Yes. Go get that book. Go.
All right. This is the book right here.
And I'm gonna put it on my live too. We all on what you gonna put.
I know.
We want y'all to bam. Go get this book, Smoke and Mirrors. You can get it on what? Amazon?
You can get it on Amazon, Walmart.com, Target, SilkSations.net.
Okay.
And if you order it off of SilkSations.net, I personally sign it and I personally ship it to you.
Okay,
that's so awesome. I'm gonna have to give me an autographed copy. That's right.
So do you help people do this? I know we about to go, but I want to ask: do you help people, do their own book? Do you do coaching and helping to write?
I tell them how to go about doing it, what to expect, the process, those different things.
Okay. I just have to plug that in.
So that's the plug, y'all.
They might need to know.
That's right.
So we're out. This was an amazing show.
It was.
Yes,
it was very intimate and just
show.
beautiful. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah,
I loved it.
The state, what is overturning?
Overturning. State of mind.
The state of mind.
Yes.
So that's our out today, episode 21. We thank y'all. Thank y'all
for tuning in. Catch us next week.
Yes. I don't know what guests we have.
I don't know. Next week, Monday, y'all. We gonna be here 1:00 p.m. RedLip Talk Podcast. Mwah. Spice Divas. Sona's Charm. RedLip Talk. RedLip Talk.
Girl, come sit with us and sip some tea.
Listen up. Your customers, our listeners, could be hearing about your business right now. Yeah, right now. Don't miss out on the opportunity to advertise with NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. Call our business department today at 504-475-4793 to hear about our great rates. NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. We provide the people, you provide the business.
It's your girl, Sona's Charm.
And it's your girl, Spice Divas, the marketing diva.
We want y'all to tune into the premiere of the RedLip Talk Podcast.
Every Monday at 1 p.m. Central Time, we're going to have new topics, new guests, new businesses.
Tune in to NewOrleansTalkNetwork.com. RedLip Talk Podcast. Wow.
Step Construction is here for you with a brand new offer. We now provide affordable storage sheds. Stop wasting your money on overpriced storage units and portable containers. Step Construction can provide you with a custom shed that will fit your budget and storage needs. So contact Step Construction today at 504-340-5809 for your own personal quote. Let us help you take the next step at Step Construction.